Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about contracts from an employer standpoint and why we don't include language about becoming a partner in our group. All right, one of my previous videos was about how I got totally screwed over in one of my previous gigs about buying into partnership. And as we continue to hire more and more physicians, we're going through the process now of hiring another physician. One of the big things that always comes up is, can I be a partner in this business? And that's a bit of a difficult answer to that. So the short answer is no. Now, why? That seems very callous. From an employer standpoint, I've talked about before, what is my goal with this business? My goal is to rapidly grow and scale. Now, how can I do that? It's going to take a lot of money. I have no desire to take out private equity, involvement, venture capital money, or debt. So that money's got to come from somewhere. And that money comes out of my pocket, my co-owner's pocket, and anyone that may potentially own this business. That comes in one of two ways. We either cash flow by taking the net profit off the top and put that back into expansion, or it comes as a capital call. Now, capital calls are never fun. What a capital call is basically going to all the partners and saying, hey, we need $300,000 to open a new practice. Hey, I need that in a month. Can you give me your share of $300,000? If you own 20%, I need 20% of $300,000 in the next 60 days. And if you don't have a majority voting share, depending on how you set all this up, they're screwed. They have to buy into it, depending on how you set up your contracts. So the doctors that joined with us, I asked every single one of them, I'm like, would you want to become a partner if, let's say, the next clinic takes $500,000 to set it up, and it's going to take you 3 years to see any of that money back? Are you okay with me asking for $200,000, we'll call it, in the name of growth, and you're not going to see any of that money back? And the resounding answers from everyone is, hell no, I'm not putting that money in. And then I tell them, are you willing to work for free for about a year to start up and basically sweat equity, run it through off of all the stuff that you're making to roll that into the new business? And that way I don't need a capital call. And the answer is a resounding, hell no, I don't want to do that. I've been very blunt with where my direction is going for the future. And the direction is growth. And to grow, it takes a lot of money. Now we're doing that in a sustainable way. Again, no private equity, no loans that we're taking on, but it takes a huge hit. I mean, think about when I talked about the other office that we opened, the second office, we're paying about $7,000, $7,500 a month for like 9 months before the doctor even moved in, because the doctor who was supposed to start with us claimed that they had a family member with cancer in the Pacific Northwest and had to move there. Oh, by the way, interesting follow-up to that. I just ended up randomly Googling that guy's name after making one of my previous videos. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was a lie, but he literally works a mile away from the clinic that he interviewed with for our competitor now. Talk about a way to be blacklisted from ever working with us, unless he has a good excuse for that. Dude, I can't imagine lying about cancer in the family, and I hope that they didn't lie about something that serious, but whatever's going on, I hope that it's a best case scenario and their family member's actually okay, everything worked out, and they ended up moving here anyway. Yeah, don't ever do that. Throwing out some severe thing like cancer in the family and then finding out you work a mile away for a competitor, that's a way to get you blacklisted really quickly. All right, so in the name of growth, we're planning on growing even more. And now that we have the 2 clinics, they are both profitable, by the way. I'm making this video on Thanksgiving Day. And as of today, we are busier than ever. Last week and this week, every single day, 20 plus patients on the schedule, every single person. That feels so good when just a month ago, I was staring at their office, the new clinic that we opened, the 3rd one, and I was like, oh my God, we're starting with, on a Wednesday, which is always our slowest day, we're starting with like 4 people on the schedule. What a disaster when we need probably 12 to meet overhead. If you build it, they will come. If you provide a good service, make it easy to book, and patients are now starting to flood in. But of course, I even still had the anxiety of building it, but it took a lot of money. I had to pay that doctor's salary. I had to pay the rent. I had to pay the malpractice. I have to pay the medical assistant, the front staff. I'm paying about $40,000 a month in overhead costs to start that location up, including advertising. And for her to have 2 to 3 patients on a day on the schedule, that money has to come from somewhere until they start bringing in money to pay for themselves and pay off that initial investment. So why don't I include partnership in the agreement? It's because I want to expand. And are you going to be willing to front part of that $40,000 a month in loss of another physician's salary? Most people, the answer so far has been hell no. They're not willing to do it. Now, what I will say is on the horizon is that I'm currently working with a lawyer to potentially franchise out some of these locations. So instead of owning a part of the entire bit, if you just want to make that location your baby and you want to like run that lean and you don't have to worry about sending me $200,000 to open another clinic in the south side of town that you don't care about, Yeah, that's fine. We can do that way. And that's the road that we're going to go down potentially in the future, start franchising as we look into now opening 2 more clinics in 2025. That's the option. We're still looking at owning all the locations. But if someone comes to me and says, hey, I have a franchise deal that I want to own the South Clinic, I just want you to run the operations and everything, which is what we're kind of going through right now with someone, yeah, we're entertaining that. And honestly, that would be a great deal for someone who wants to buy in, that they don't have to worry about the total business expansion. They can just worry about that one clinic running as lean as possible and making that as profitable as possible. Because once you have that profitable location, like our main office right now, it makes a lot of money every month, over $60,000 in net profit a month. What do you care about the South location that we're going to open up that costs $300,000 or $500,000? You're just worried about that $60,000 a month in net profit that you're having from that one location. You don't have to worry about the $500,000 for the new location. And that seems to be very appealing for people, and that's the way we're moving forward with our contracts. What do you guys think? How are you structuring your buy-ins or partnership deals? Are you allowing people to buy into partnership for your group? Or if you are an employee, is partnership very important to you? Post a comment below. I'd be happy to hear back from you guys about what y'all think about partnership and how important it is to you. And what are your thoughts about potentially taking on that extra risk? All right, you guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.